Hello, chat. I think they currently cannot hear me because I'm muted in game. But we are just doing a bit of some setup here. Oh, because we do have like 8 people today. So, yeah, no. Also, Jero, hello, Jero. Merry Meep Miss every nyan. Yes, of course. It is always Meep Miss. Yeah, me too. I'm in game. All right. I think we're just waiting on how many people? So we have five. I think just 3 more people. So we will be starting. Yeah, how are you all doing today? As we wait. um, I think we just lost another person. I'm happy to go wherever. All right, chat. I am the prosecutor of the first segment. So I mean we will see, right? If we can accuse someone and prove them as guilty. We will see. We will see. Yep, me too. Let's go. Yeah. Not an issue. Does anybody want to be the prosecutor? Oh God, is that what I'm doing? Uh-oh.
All right. Let me turn off my background music. Here we go. Yes, we're joined by a lot of V3 friends. Meeps, Katsurasu, King Pwned, 150 Booper, and now Gunnaru. Now, Gunnar, do you want to upload images and kind of see what's see what we want to do? You get to set the first topic, bro.
Oh, I get the first topic.
I get to bunk people.
I got told to shut up.
I was trying to figure out how this works. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm fine. I swear.
Dude, I get to use my power. Let's go.
Okay, I guess this is happening now.
For some reason, I can't target the prosecutor or the judge, but I can target everybody else.
What exactly does the bailiff do?
Bunks
wait.
people.
Meeps is
you do
deciding
what I
what the
do.
first topic's going to be.
He's a chicken.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder if I can make everybody chickens. Except for, you know, obviously the prosecutor and the judge.
Mr. Milano
Mr.
is accused
Milano.
of selling a fraudulent orange.
His witnesses are the
Fraudulent
president and a
orange.
boss.
It was a tangerine all along.
Hey,
Write down info or nonsense.
Alright,
in the
well
middle.
then, let me... How do I... Meeps, you are allowed to present your evidence.
Oh.
Wait.
Breaking news.
Roll first.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
we can.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, today I stand in front of, the court, accusing here Mr. Milano of selling a fraudulent orange. And, what was that? Will start by showing y'all how they created an invitation to this
Wait,
grand.
wait. Sir,
What?
my sir, in your opening statement, you are already presenting evidence?
Oh yeah, of course. Just get right to the chase,
Just a nod.
Yep.
Mr. Nod.
Just because I'm pretty confident that I can win over the court.
Oh, you're pretty confident? Okay. Well, can we put a pin in your evidence real quick so that way we can give the defense a chance to state their case?
Oh, I mean, I
Uh,
guess, yes. Go ahead, defense.
Okay.
Hey, wait. I think I gotta do this. There you go. Defense, you may speak.
Okay. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh,
What?
So true, so true.
I don't know what to do. I'll present now.
Okay. Well,
I-
I guess the defense
I mean-
is waiting. So prosecution, go ahead and make your case and present whatever evidence you have.
Ah,
Might
well,
as well find out.
the first evidence that I have to show is Mr. Milano invited everybody to this grand opening of their orange store, right? They have like, oh, I was muted the whole time. I'm so sorry. Yes, I got hit.
Prosecutor looked like Julius Caesar.
Oh yes, friends, families, Romans. Yes.
Too Brutus.
Yeah. So Mr. Milano here invited everyone in the community to his grand opening of his orange store, selling the most luxurious oranges you can buy in the world. However, it turns out there were apples all along.
Apples.
Journalist, I will ask that you not throw balls,
Slam dunk.
balls at the judge, or you will be held in contempt.
Contempt.
How
You'll
does
be
one throw
holding
balls?
Contempt of court.
You will be turned into a chicken.
Chicken.
Prosecutor, do you have anything more to say? I believe they're done.
I think yes. I will wait for a response. Thank you.
Huh? What?
Vince
I'm
is
up.
asleep
I'm
at
up.
the desk.
I'm up. I'm up.
Sir, this is a courtroom. This is not a place for you to sleep.
Apologize for laughing.
Did you just?
I-
I don't know how to
Prosecutor?
defend this guy.
Oh, let's go. I think I'm winning, guys.
Oh, water gun.
A water gun. Yes.
Ooh, very interesting.
What is important about the water gun?
It. Oh God. What was it important, sir? All right. Stop throwing things at me.
Judge, I think these guys are really weird.
I think I got hit. I got stunned.
You did. Behave.
The water gun is important because it was the weapon and he was not carrying it. His fingerprints weren't on it. That is all.
Can I speak to the prosecutor for a moment? Because I just want to get some things clear. Okay.
No.
You,
Yes.
prosecutor.
Yes.
You are accusing that they sold a fraudulent orange. How do you have a fraudulent orange?
Yes, thank you for bringing this up. And I would like to remind everybody that the water gun has just been shown into the court. So, what happened was Mr. Milano over here got a bunch of apples and then covered them with wax. And then it was revealed later with the water guns that they were actually not oranges but apples. Thank you.
I see. Vince,
Do my
would you
job.
like to say anything?
Uh,
Prosecutor, he did not
I'd like to
throw
call-
paper balls
I'm
at
being
you.
abused.
I'd like to call a witness.
All right. Bailiff,
Immediately.
do not hit the witness.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my name's Joseph Milano. I'm Mr. Milano's father and his boss of his orange stand.
So, can you remind us where you were on the day of?
Hold on, prosecutor. The defense called their witness.
Yes.
Defense, what would you- oh, wait. Wrong one. Welcome back. I'm sorry about that, sir.
No problem. Take your time. I understand these
Defense,
courtrooms can be a bit
You're allowed
difficult.
to question your witness, and then the prosecutor can go after.
All right. According to the case, he is accused of selling fraudulent oranges. Yet, as we can see, according to this loyalty card, which was found at the scene of the crime, it doesn't even belong to this beautiful man. In fact,
I mean, we don't it's an apple
Oh.
stand. It's an orange stand. We don't really have camera records of.
Wait,
Man.
sir,
Wait, apple stand?
Apple
defense.
stick?
Do you have any
Yeah.
questions for your witness?
Do you like cheese? That was my question.
What? Well, I mean, we don't really have camera records of the orange stand around it.
Mhm.
So we can't really. We can run his number and see if it's actually his loyalty card or if it's someone else's. But right now, just by seeing the card, I can't really make any judgment. I can at least stand on the fair standing of my son, though. My son's wanting to be a great grocery store leader when he grows up, but you know he seems to have gotten mistaken on one of his products that he sold at this fruit stand,
Hey DJ,
and might have
we're the
mixed in an
prosecutor.
apple with an orange, if what I think is happening, right? Which seems pretty trivial for a courtroom like this, Your Honor, but.
Defense, is there anything else you would like to talk to your witness about?
No, I'm done.
All right. Prosecution, you may go. Do you have any
Yes.
questions for the witness?
Well, here I have pulled up Mr. Milano's search history. Can you tell the court why we have a search containing how to turn apples into oranges? A bit spicy, don't you think?
Well, I can't really say for the search history of my son. I'm a grown father. I don't really desire on looking up on my own son's search history. I know he's growing. I don't know what exactly he's searching up. But maybe he's wanting to mess around with some recipes, you know? Maybe he's taking a common orange cobbler and wanting to make it into an apple cobbler, something like that.
So we're turning apple cobblers into orange cobblers now, are we? I see.
Well, I mean,
Practicing
wouldn't you
the
like to try
dark arts.
something different? I mean, not exactly like turning apples into oranges or oranges into apples through like dark magic. Oh, I'm saying simply like changing the recipe from like if an apple pie uses apples, make an orange pie using oranges. Sure, it may not taste the best, but it's fun to experiment, is it not? He's a child. Let him act that way.
Well, if I can refer this to the jury that we have up there in the back, you know, if you're allergic to, let's say, apples, it might be, you know, life-threatening if you get served with a pie that you think only has oranges, which is what you were expecting to buy and purchase, right?
Well, I mean, if it's advertised as an orange pie, and then they're giving like an apple pie, then it is a problem of my son. But it's his first store. I mean, can't you cut him a break?
This just in.
Breaking news? Scientists discern.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No!
Breaking news,
What kind
boy.
of
Then
question?
Can
Then I
I
have
get
to say
somebody
that-
to fact check this? Because is this true or is this
Yes.
just an article from the Onion?
This is entirely true.
Can we get another
Secret
witness up?
research from
Very
Ohio.
professional
I don't
scientists
think
have
the subject
determined.
matter can stand.
Can we get another
Understood.
witness up here? This witness not helping me at all.
So the court is going to disregard that one article by the media just because Apple.
Hey, I mean, is it not true that everything you see on the internet is true, Your Honor?
The opposite.
Very important scientists have made this determination.
Prosecutor, do you want to talk to your witness?
Yes, how does one get the other witness up?
I'll take care of it.
Yes.
Hit this eventually. Oh,
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, hello. How may I be of assistance to you, Your Honor?
I believe the prosecution might have questions for you.
Hello,
Oh,
Mr. President.
Prosecutor.
Yes, yes.
I am President French Toast, CEO of of Apple Industries. How may I be of service?
Could you help settle the question? Are apples and oranges the same?
Well, certainly not. I mean, you have to think oranges are relatively very sweet for being a citrus, but apples, on the other side, can have a bit of bitterness to them. They're not exactly the same at any core. And with how many different variations of apples and how few different variations of oranges there are, you can't really say they're the same in any sort.
Wonderful. The prosecution rests.
No! I've been detained.
Defense, would you like to talk to the witness?
You behave yourself, you become a chicken again.
Your Honor,
Sure. Hmm.
are spiced apples not the best side to go with a pair of French toast?
Mr. President, does that mean that you also eat what you are made out of?
Well, you can't get big in the company without making a few sacrifices.
That is known as cannibalism.
I got some notes, hang on.
I think this is another court case we need to be having. Defense.
Don't ask about my children. They went off to the farm way off.
Yes. That's me. I'm the defense.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Defense Attorney, how may I assist you?
According to my leaked DMs I just presented,
President.
how is it
Cannibal
that you came to be the
ate
CEO
children.
of this Apple company if you are allergic to apples?
Well, that's why we have taste testers to sacrifice themselves for my glory. Well, I can't say how good an apple tastes, but I can certainly rely on the judgment of those who are actually
Really,
paid to know so.
Can I ask the relevance of this? Are you trying to discredit the witness?
Yes.
Okay.
How dare you try to discredit the great President's French toast?
True, true.
Gotta rapid fire these before I get arrested again.
What?
Well, that was the question.
Okay.
You mean to tell me you have nothing else of curiosity to the great French toast of Apple Industries?
Defense, do you have any other questions for either witness?
I guess for Mr. French Toast, do you prefer maple syrup?
Bailiff.
Or
abusing
honey.
Absolutely.
Power.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not really sure which I would prefer. Both are great options. Oh.
Don't trust the
That is awful.
sauce. Don't trust it.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for either witness?
Come on. Come on.
I think we've said all that has to be said.
Hello.
Then, thank you, Mr. President, for your time.
Certainly you do know I get paid by the...
Alright, so I will go ahead and say that we move to closing statements. Prosecution, you may go first.
Oh, I love the witness role. It's so hilarious.
The
Yeah,
president
so
was
as
a
we've
toast, yes?
talked about,
Yes.
Yes.
we have seen the wrongdoings of Mr. Milano and how it has negatively affected society. I fear that we won't really truly comprehend the horrors that we've witnessed today. So, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, Miss Milano. You're getting arrested here and now.
I can only do 3. Okay, good to
Defense,
know.
if your closing statement, please.
I have done.
Damn. I have none.
I'm sorry,
I'm
he's
just
guilty,
gonna
Your Honor.
Oh, he just guilty. Send Mr. Milano away.
Gave up.
I feel like we need to have the defense disbarred, but I mean that might be a different case for another time. seeing as how we were too broke to hire a jury, it falls
Just
upon
bar
me
this.
to like come up with a sentence. And in this case, apples are not oranges. I find you
No,
guilty.
that's going against what
Guilty as
science has
sock!
stated.
Let's go.
Guilty as sock.
I have a
Very good.
punchable
Wait, hold
things.
on. There was additional information at the end. Yeah, it said he ran out of the court and didn't realize his belt was loose. All right. I'm ready to
All right,
take
let me invite
I'm surprised there was no news about the cannibalistic president.
Oh, there
That was some breaking
there
news
was
right there.
notes. I heard Floof say
So I discovered that you can only do 3 breaking newses.
Yeah.
Oh. So you gotta
Free-
make it count.
just breaking news. Apple CEO known as cannibal to other French toast.
We need invites out to our others.
Uh,
Dungeon, you
Alaska's
could be the
here.
judge.
I think Lily's still having internet issues. She hasn't said anything.
Alessica said that they were ready.
Yeah.
And
Elizabeth's
Kat is
They're in the
ready.
game.
They're in the game.
All right, we need one
Oh, they are.
witness.
They are. Welcome.
We need a witness.
Thank you.
We
So
do
we
not
either
need a
one
witness,
of the
but we
jury to go to a witness, or we need either the bailiff to go to a witness.
don't need a witness. We just need prosecutor, judge, and defense.
Yeah, but I feel like the witness
I-
might add
There are no
something.
witnesses
I
in
was-
this trial.
I
That's
like
what
having
he
witnesses. It's all hearsay. All right.
Obviously, Your Honor. Case closed.
Order! Order in the court!
Excuse me.
We now stand on trial today while we wait for our prosecutor to give us what we are judging today. Until then, you have my full permission to pelt papers at the prosecutor until they are done.
Is this what happened last game?
That is a good way of viewing it, yes. Bailiff, let go of the attorney and the journalist. Bailiff Gonoroo, please release Spoof and King Pwned from their chicken states this moment.
Oh,
Chicken states.
boom.
I saw such horrible things.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
Your Honor, I made an excellent paper airplane.
How
I
do
did
you
not
make
know
a
you
paper
could make-
airplane?
Oh, scroll wheel.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing that the entire last part of the jury. The last.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been
was wondering
making
how
paper
you
airplanes
made
and trying to hit
things.
them with
Could
at
do
the
that.
judge.
Oh, they do veer off, don't they?
I think we're just waiting for
they're
Oh, yeah.
not exactly
Go wherever
firing
they
straight.
want to.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man's accused of
toy
giving
weapons.
Batman toy weapons. Alright. We've reached the trial
darkness.
of Tony Stark
What do I
being
gotta do?
accused of giving Batman toy weapons. Prosecutor instead of actual weapons, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Very well.
Uh,
Prosecution, you may begin your opening statement.
dear ladies, gentlemen, and anybody else of the court. Today I am going to present to you a very compelling case of Tony Stark
Yep.
falsely selling weapons to Batman.
Bailiff,
I
help
lost
the
my case, Your
prosecutor.
Honor.
They were toys.
But they were just toys, Your Honor.
They were just
So
toys.
you
They
meant
weren't
to
actually
claim that
weapons.
instead of actual weapons being delivered to Batman in the form of a battle, he was given toys by Iron Man instead.
Yes, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor.
Very well. Defense, opening statements. Do not present any evidence of any sort. Please begin with your opening statement.
Excuse me.
Question.
My opening statement is that my client, who hit me? How dare you? My client, Tony Stark, knows the capabilities of Batman and the dangers that such powerful weaponry could do in his hands. My defense is that Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, did not give him toy weapons, but rather he gave him the requested weapons that Batman, requested of him. The defense.
All right.
Well,
Very well. So the two stands we have, the prosecution is trying to claim that
What the fuck?
Iron Man, while Batman was in the middle of an attack, had delivered toy weapons instead of real weapons, thus endangering the Batman's life. Meanwhile, the defense claims that Tony Stark knows the capabilities of Batman, and as such, knows that Batman does not need real weapons, but had instead delivered exactly what was necessary for Batman to succeed. Am I correct on this statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Then let the trial begin. We will start with the prosecutor. Would you like to call up your first witness? Or would you like to
Your
present
Honor.
your first evidence?
I would like to talk about how the defense has said that they delivered exactly what Batman had needed. This does not negate the accusation of them giving toy weapons to Batman instead of actual weapons. Just because they might think that Batman may need toy weapons does not make it true. Thus, they just admitted to endangering his life.
Well, I believe the greatest form of evidence in this case will be if the defense can produce a manifesto to see what Batman had requested. Because whether Batman had requested toy weapons
This
or
is us,
real
guys.
weapons,
This is us.
that
We're the
doesn't
expert
matter.
and the detective.
Because if Batman had requested toy weapons, then Tony Stark provided toy weapons. Then
Your Honor, I have evidence proving that the weapons that Batman received are exactly what he needed.
I also have evidence that
No, you
they
don't.
were not what he needed. Your
No, you
Honor,
don't.
could you give me time
No, you
to
don't.
speak so that way I could give my evidence real quick?
very well.
Yeah, let's turn him into a chicken.
Don't do it. Don't
Then
do it.
prosecutor, you may present your evidence.
According to these DMs between Iron Man and Batman, Batman is clearly asking for weapons that only Iron Man could create. I mean, given the state of like what Batman is capable of, he can create his own entire weapons, but for this one battle, he needed something specifically from Iron Man. And instead of Iron Man giving him what he
Incorrect.
asked for, which is, if you look at these
False.
DMs, clearly state that he needs
Lies.
weaponry, was given toy weapons. What is he supposed to do with a toy sword from Walmart?
So what you are claiming is that
Objection, Your Honor. I have evidence that can show exactly what he can do with a toy sword from Walmart.
and you may present your evidence.
This cut cable was cut with your toy sword from Bell. With your toy sword from Walmart. You claim
you-
that Batman requested
Oh,
weapons that
God.
only Iron Man could create, and you are correct. Iron Man created this toy-looking sword.
Breaking news,
We have
guys.
breaking news coming in. Joker found working at Stark Industries Gotham branch. So could it be that a certain someone has infiltrated
No,
Tony
Your Honor.
Stark's great work to sabotage the Batman's work.
Your Honor, may I
Prosecutor,
speak?
you may speak. Go on.
I believe that this new evidence, given from the media themselves, just goes ahead and proves, like, how they sabotaged Batman. Iron Man knew what was going on. You're gonna tell me that Iron Man, Mr. Tony Stark himself, who has
Yes.
so much money, is
Correct.
not going to do background checks on his employees?
Exactly.
The Joker was found working at Mr. Stark's enterprises. That seems like either negligence or this was a
Sale.
purposeful, like, attack on Batman to get Batman out of the picture.
That is some.
Objection, Your Honor.
I was going to say, defendant, that is some damning evidence. Do you have anything to back it up?
I do, as a matter of fact. I have the proof of hyperinflation, with prices rising and salaries being stuck as they have
I
been
certainly know
for
how bad that
years.
is.
The Joker clearly has needed other sources of income, hence why my client, Mr. Stark, has allowed him to hire on under his tutelage, as it were. Excuse me.
Bless you.
With the intent of helping the Joker rectify his criminal ways and see him onto the path of justice and good.
Why is the bailiff stunning me?
So-
What have I done as the witness?
So
Nothing.
I can understand this correctly.
Why am I getting attacked?
The prosecutor claims that the Joker was hired on as an intentional attack against the Batman to possibly kill him in an attack, while Tony Stark had intentionally hired the Joker to possibly rehabilitate him.
Correct, Your Honor. The hiring of the Joker was intentional, but not for what the prosecutor claims.
Hey Evie, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
In fact, it is widely believed that the Batman knows of the Joker's employment under Mr. Tony Stark, and is fully supportive of his trial employment under
This is the trial that we're doing,
Tony's watchful
and I'm
eye.
the witness.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No. No,
You may.
you can't.
So, to keep the identity of my client a secret, I will not divulge too much information, but
You don't have a
No,
client, I have a
that's
client.
know that Tony Stark is very aware of who my client is in real life, like to the masses. And they are very much a competitor, if you would. So this, first of all, Batman had no idea.
Are you
That-
saying Batman's a competitor to Iron Man?
I have a question, Your Honor. Who is her...
to
I didn't realize that the prosecutor had clients.
So say hello, hello,
I thought I
welcome,
was the one
welcome.
with the client.
That is true. Prosecutor Katsu.
Breaking news.
Breaking news from the journalist. Stark launches new line of arc reactor battering toys with the
Wait, what was that
Joker
about the
laughing.
Joker?
That's great.
I believe it's time with these two things of breaking news. We start with witnesses. We
Alright,
have
can
the
we
base
please-
set up
Didn't even
that
realize that.
that
we bring my
Iron Man,
witnesses
or
in?
Tony Stark as he is known, is currently being accused of giving Batman toy weapons, even though, according Tony Stark, knows how capable Batman is. But then the Joker has been hired on by
What kind of mess did you
Tony
get us
Stark,
in?
either as a possibility to sabotage or a chance for rehabilitation. We shall now begin with the witnesses. Prosecutor, would you like to call your witness first, or shall we call the defendant?
I would like to call my witness.
Then we shall call the witness to the stand.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Possible.
Court, could you state your name and your occupation?
I am the leading expert in Batman and or Iron Man, and my name is Expert. Please refer to me as Expert. Thank you.
Impossible.
Can I call you Mr. Expert, or
I'm
Um,
sorry, you said your name was Expert? Expert?
Yes, sir.
yes, but you can call me
First name
James.
X, last name Pert.
But call you James. Understood. Prosecutor, continue.
uh, so in this instance, you are very familiar with both sides. Can you go ahead and look at this evidence for me of this open package which contained the toy weaponry that Batman was given? Can you tell me, with your expert knowledge, do you think Batman would be able to take on his enemies with these toy weapons?
Yes. I was actually there when Batman opened the box. Um, but the thing is, I've never seen Iron Man and Batman in the same room together. So for all I know, this could be an insurance scam, but in my expert opinion, who knows?
So you're saying that Batman could fight his enemies with these weapons with this toy sword from Walmart?
Your Honor,
Yes,
if I may,
because he might be Iron Man.
You may speak.
I, witness, are you suggesting that both Tony Stark and Batman are the same person, and thus leading a double life of a billionaire philanthropist and also a crime fighter?
I mean,
And
what are
another
those?
billionaire philanthropist?
Yeah, they seem very similar to me. Sounds very suspicious if you ask.
Your
You are
Honor,
suggesting that the owner of Stark Industries and also the owner of Wayne Enterprises are the same person.
The rich get richer. What can I say?
Plot thickens.
The plot thickens.
Your Honor, can I speak for a moment?
You may.
I make a move to dismiss this witness and ignore everything they said.
No,
I just found this empty
no,
wine bottle.
no.
Expert James, have you been drinking before coming to this stand?
It was just
The
grape
witness is
juice.
drunk.
It
It
was just
says here
grapes.
on the bottle, Scarlet Rose. You are lying. You are going to jail. Back.
Oh, there he goes.
No, I got dismissed, guys.
Bailiff, have him arrested. Thank you.
No.
An insane turn of
For
events,
lying
Your
in
Honor,
contempt
indeed.
of court, Expert James, you will spend 3 days in jail.
How did I get jailed? You'll be hearing from my
Prosecutor,
lawyers.
You don't
Can
have-
you
You don't
can
have.
you,
To, you don't
can
have.
you tell the jury to dismiss everything that the witness had said, just so that way they're not.
Journalist, did you get that on record?
I've been turned into a chicken, guys. I think they hate me.
Yes. Good.
Your
Justice
Honor,
for
It's
chicken.
funny.
Your Honor, the prosecutor has turned into it. Never mind. They have reverted to their natural form.
What happened to their
um,
mouth?
Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh
The
God,
skinwalker
what's
has left.
happening? What's happening?
Your Honor, I have
Anyway,
reason to believe
defendant,
that
would
the
you like to call your
prosecution
witness
is a
to the
skinwalker.
stand?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call the amateur detective to the stand.
Very well.
It is I, not James.
Well, hello, amateur detective, not James. How may we? You
How
have
may we
come
help
to.
you?
You have come to the court as the witness to attorney Floofy Booper in defense of Tony Stark.
Yes, and what can I get you?
What can I get?
Well, I mean, you can start by helping your defendant.
Now,
Do you have any questions for me? I would love to answer some.
Detective Not James, from my understanding, before this court convened, you were investigating on whether or not Iron Man and Batman were in fact the same person. Is that correct?
Ah, yes. I think my colleague, James, was the one who arose my suspicions on this fact.
I see. Very interesting.
How connected are you with James, if I may ask? Not James.
I may be him.
Incredible.
Hey, look, but are we being serious here?
No, but I mean, like, who really knows who we are, right?
Currently you are a duck.
All right, bring them back.
All right, I am in fact not James.
Thank
Now,
Thank you.
All right.
now, detective, during your extensive research into Iron Man and/or Batman, you found.
So dumb.
Here you go. You found this broken glass, correct?
Yes, I did find the broken glasses.
And where did you find the broken glass exactly? Was it perhaps Stark Industries?
Yes, it was on top of a
What?
cut table in an unopened package next to an empty wine bottle.
Your Honor, I propose that my defendant, in fact, did not send Batman toy weapons, but in fact, Stark Industries was infiltrated and sabotaged.
Objection.
By the Joker, right?
No, he works there.
This is incorrect, Your Honor.
Then go on.
As you can see from this access badge for Tony Stark Industries, you can see
God, no, she has the
clearly
access
that
badge.
it's written Joker with the picture of the Joker.
Objection, Your Honor.
This is only attainable by somebody that is working there. So it is very much clearly that it was not infiltrated, but the
Your
Joker
Honor,
actually
objection.
works there.
We already
Overruled.
know
I
that the
want to
Joker
hear.
works at Stark Industries. This has no bearing
Continue.
on the current evidence.
We know that he works there. This means it was not infiltrated. This was not some
You
thing
gifted
that
suit.
Tony
Batman
Stark was
gifted
unaware
suit
of.
locks up.
Your
Iron
Honor, with
Bat.
this breaking news, it is clear that Tony Stark is working very closely with Batman to give him the latest in technology.
But suit locks up. That means the Joker is surely sabotaging. He is leaving his trademark. Do you have anything to say
Yes.
for the Joker, who seems to be sabotaging Batman through this delivery of poor weapons, stealing his signature weapons,
Now,
and
Your
as
Honor,
we
I need
can
you to follow
see-
me. I need you to follow me closely on this. We know that
I'm
the
following
Joker
you
works
like
at
a
Stark
hawk right now.
Industries. We know that the Joker works at Stark Industries. We have seen his access badge. So, if he has access to Stark Industries, why would he need to break in? Why was there broken glass in Stark Industries? What I propose to
Ah.
you is that, excuse me, the
Push.
prosecutor's witness broke into Stark Industries. As you recall, there was a wine bottle found at the scene as well.
James?
No, this is
Yes.
No, this
Oh,
is
I
not
mean,
James.
I'm not James.
You're
Nope,
talking
I'm
about
not James.
The
Nope.
person I put in jail for contempt.
no, that was expert.
But wait, hold on.
Don't look at me.
I'm confused here.
Expert the expert, and not James the amateur detective.
But
But
it's
what I
kind of
pro-
questionable whether or not they're the same person.
We'll figure that out later. But Your Honor,
I
I propose to you. That
need
expert-
answers.
I will give you the answers you need, Your Honor. I propose that Expert the Expert broke into Stark Industries, sabotaged the delivery for Batman, and inserted toy weapons. All with the intent of framing the Joker. And in turn, framing Mr. Tony Stark, who hired the Joker to work for him. It was all a ploy brought to us by Expert the Expert.
Do you have? I will ask. This will be the final evidence presented by both. This is a very strong argument.
I have this evidence of a scary mask in the visage of the Joker that Expert used to hide his identity and frame the Joker.
And prosecutor, do you have any evidence to go against the defendant's claim? Because I will be
I
honest,
have
I see you looking
your
at me.
terms are not looking too great right
this
now.
old stamp. This old stamp was found on a letter sent between the two parties of the Joker and of expert, as well as correspondences from Tony Stark himself. Your Honor, this was all a ploy between the three of them to give
What do you
Batman
mean, the
toy
three of them?
weapons that would not be functional during a battle. So that way Batman
And when they say
would
three of them,
lose.
two of them are me.
These correspondences
How is it my
talk
fault?
about the fact that that they were going to plan a quote unquote break-in so that way Tony Stark would not be considered liable. This
So,
is
Objection, Your
it's
Honor.
just trying to make an escape.
Yeah, object.
Your
Go
Honor,
object.
objection.
Yep.
I have one more piece of evidence to disprove her theory.
I said last evidence ago.
But I have one more
Actually,
piece of
you know
evidence
what? We
that
do
can-
have time. We do have a bit of time before lunch. You may introduce your last evidence.
a read-on message between Tony Stark and Batman, with Mr. Stark asking Batman if he received his joke letter. Mr. Stark had no intention of actually sending him toy weapons. Proven by this message.
Very well. Witness, you may go back. Thank you for all of your work today.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
And now, actually didn't know how that worked. That was cool. I hit it. Very well. We have reached the time for closing arguments. Prosecutor, you may go first. You may
I
make
would
your
like-
closing statements.
I would like everyone in this courtroom to take a moment.
Oh.
I would like everyone in this courtroom to take a moment and think.
Why is she
Caleb?
stunned?
Tony Stark is accused of giving Batman toy weapons. And such a high-powered individual to be supplying weapons to anybody for that matter, shouldn't they take the precautions or any ploys to not happen? Like, shouldn't they have like some kind of
Chat, I think you're
precautions
able
to
to
stop
vote on this
anything
now.
like toy
Because I
weapons getting
connected
sent
my
out?
Twitch to the game.
Whether or
Oh
not
my gosh, I just realized the gallery.
he intentionally sent toy weapons to Batman, he should at least be held accountable for negligence.
So I think you can influence the
regulate
vote.
his employees.
And you should vote not
First of all,
guilty.
doing
'cause I
background
think I'm
checks,
going to
because
jail
why would you even
as the
hire
witness for
Joker
lying.
and not expect the Joker to do something to get at
So if you have any sway in chat,
it's just pure negligence. And
is there like an
honestly,
overlay on the
the
screen,
whole entire
DJ?
thing smells fishy, and I am sure
I actually don't know how
the
it
jury
works.
will be able to see through the lies that the defense is trying to present. I'm done, Your Honor.
Very well. Then it is time for the defendant to produce their closing statement.
Very cool, very cool.
The prosecution claims that the Joker was not given a thorough background check, but we are all very aware of the Joker's previous antics and criminal record. My defendant, Tony Stark, hired the Joker with the intent of furthering his rehabilitation and reintroduction into society, knowing fully well the risks and dangers hiring such a man would bring. That is why the Joker is kept on such a short leash and not allowed anywhere on the premise without proper supervision. And why... Don't shake your head at me. Get out of here, you. And why he could not have been the one to sabotage the
That's so
delivery
annoying.
of Batman's weapons to him, and why
I just found out about the toggles.
Mr. Stark is not responsible for the delivery of toy weapons, because it was someone outside of Stark Industries who provided that delivery. That person being expert. Therefore, Tony Stark has no bearing on this horrible sabotage of Batman and his weaponry. The defense rest, Your Honor. Oh, one more thing. I can make a wicked paper airplane.
That is a very nice paper airplane, but
The defense rest.
time has come that I have reached a verdict. Judging from the arguments I have heard today from the prosecutor and the defendant,
Your Honor, we have a jury now. Can we also?
yes.
Yeah.
Sure. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that. Why are we doing papers? I believe that Iron Man is guilty because. Just because. Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the jury clearly hasn't been paying attention. Please throw them out.
No.
The
No.
jury's been paying clear attention.
I have been paying very clear
It
attention.
sounds very
Thank you
clear
very
that they
much.
have.
I have noticed the jury taking notes throughout this, which I greatly appreciate.
Thank you.
I
Your
bet they
Honor.
were drawing fan fiction.
Well,
That's not what
I've
I'm
been
thinking.
impaled.
I will provide my thoughts and my final verdict. Throughout listening, we have had many discussions about the similarities between Iron Man and Batman, the fact that we have never seen them in the same room, but it is quite important to note that they are different people. Because while Tony Stark wears glasses, from what I have seen, for secret identity reasons, they are not the same person.
Your Honor, I'd
This
like to
does-
point out this is now a second court.
Bailiff,
Yes?
please revert them back.
Okay.
No, keep the prosecutor like that. Aw.
I'm muted, guys. I'm muted. It turned me
Yes,
into a
excellent.
chicken. Look at me.
You may continue, Your Honor.
They turned me into a chicken
Oh,
because they're
Phoned
afraid of
unmuted
me.
in Discord just to say that. I respect it. Anyway, so final verdict. I will say I have taken into what the jury said into account. And I will say that it seems like most of the cause of this came from expert and not the cause of Tony Stark. Tony Stark seemed to have been fighting to give the proper shipment to Batman, but with expert and the
Okay.
Joker
Everything's being blamed on
joining
me.
hand in hand
This
to
is so
sabotage
sad.
based on
Why?
what we've
I'm
seen
just
from
a
the news
witness. I didn't
and
do
from
anything
their
wrong.
conversations. What could have been seen as a playful prank between a boss and his worker led to the dangers of the Batman. So I must say that while Tony Stark is CEO, he must suffer some accountability for what happened to the Batman. So I will have to find him guilty of selling the Batman toy weapon.
Oh, cool.
However, I
Tony
would
Stark
be
is
willing
guilty.
to give him a very light sentence. We will discuss later, but for now, he is deemed guilty
Let's go.
Yeah.
for sabotaging the Batman's weapons and endangering him.
But
But
he
it is
did
not
it.
from the cause of him, it is from the cause of his worker, the Joker, and the infiltration from expert.
I forgot
Ridiculous.
immediately you could only make the 3. I had another one set up that had Joker and Iron Man eating shawarma in New York, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't send it forth.
That would have been awesome.
I want the defense role this time. I liked being the judge. The judge was fun.
The judge is super fun.
I'll
I'll give
prosecute
the judge
against
a
you.
shot.
I want to draw silly pictures.
Oh, Poof is gonna prosecute against me. I see how it is, Poof.
Oh,
Man,
All
even
right,
Twitch
friend.
chat said not guilty.
Yeah.
True,
Let's go.
I took what the jury said into account, but you have to hold Tony Stark to some responsibility for
But
what
he had
happened to the
nothing to
Batman.
do with it.
Well,
It was
technically,
still
but
negligent.
he was the owner. He's the CEO. He has to take
Yeah.
some responsibility for what happened to the Batman. If Batman sued,
Yeah.
well then that's all of Wayne Industries behind it. I'm
Why
not
would
messing
you
with that.
hire the Joker and like?
He'll just pay the bail and get out.
All right, chat. We are the
We're,
witness this time.
it's just
Similar,
great.
Or not witness. We're the
topic,
jury.
so I
So,
think it's good.
oh, I have
Oh,
guilty and
yes.
not guilty buttons. Cool.
Oh, create a 60-second Twitch poll and let the chat vote with yes or no. Oh, okay.
All right, chat. Let me know how to vote.
I have no clue how any of this works. All right. Oh, while we wait for the prosecutor.
Wait.
The prosecution is ready.
Why can we paint? What
Oh.
is this? Why does a floof?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Where's the
devious.
prosecutor?
Devious.
Well,
Using your
this is
own topics
weird.
against me. This is Blue's strong point. I'm gonna have to play smart against this.
Fireball. Fireball.
prosecutor, you may go first.
Fireball.
What the heck?
What was that?
Is that like an
Edmund,
RC car
that's-
like speeding up?
Who is starting the Batmobile?
I knew it. Batman's here.
Batman came to break the Iron Man out.
Yeah. Ooh, it's
Not guilty of you.
not guilty.
Your Honor, we stand here accusing this floof of stealing a numerous amount of pants. Ow. And I would like to present our first point of evidence, this hole that was found in a garden of a local resident.
Oh.
Just big enough for a floof to squeeze through.
Defend it. Your rebuttal?
Yes, well, I'm here defending the floof because my first statement, before I present any evidence, how could you accuse such an adorable creature of doing something wrong that is naturally harmless at the end of the day? I mean, this cute little fuzzball is just trying to live its best life, and yet now he stands in trial
They
for stealing pen.
they
Well,
they replaced
about that hole in the ground,
the
it seems
defendant's
as though
photo
I will have
with
to
his
rebut this
profile photo, and it's really funny.
with a crow cawing above, chasing a badger through the hole into its den. You see, crows are a form of scavenger, so they're waiting to see what animals will die in order to eat them. The badger was trying to escape the crow and as such dug the hole in the ground into its den to escape. The floof could not have caused that hole, for the floof was in a bed laying with someone to make them feel better after a difficult day. I have proof of where the floof was. Judging,
Okay, so this is the hole, right?
by this dusty landline phone. The phone had not been touched for a while. The man was so sad, he needed to spend multiple days just at home taking care of himself. And floofs are very sympathetic, emotional creatures. They respond to sadness, such in the case of Dungeon. Whenever he feels sad, a floof comes right up to him and lays next to him. That is proof of the floof's great emotional connections.
Oh,
And as such, the man
sorry.
was
One
so
second.
sad.
We have some breaking news. A flip is found stuck in a garden hole. Oh,
Uh-oh.
floops. I just
The
can't catch a
poor
break today.
floof got stuck in a poor hole. I wish it is okay.
No.
Unfortunately, it's not
No.
mine because it is
Disappeared.
right here, unfortunately, being accused of stealing pants.
Yes, sadly, that was breaking news, which means it cannot be used for helping you out there as a this is where they were
Before my opening
situation.
statement, my floof that is currently being arrested could not have been the one to steal pants. It was assisting in someone who was very upset at the time and trying to make them feel better.
Prosecutor?
Your Honor, the defense claims that, excuse me, the floof was at the moment of the crime helping someone to feel better. But I would like to call my witness, the
Okay.
male woman who witnessed the crime being committed.
Oh, hey,
Your
look at
witness
that
is
art
here?
by the juror.
I've drawn a thing.
Oh, hey.
Well, the
Beautiful.
jury drew a thing.
I can kind of zoom in. Oh, that is clearly a floof stealing pants and shoving it in the hole. That is
Very clearly.
pretty damning evidence right there, if I do say so myself.
Now, Miss Male Woman, you have told me that you witnessed the floof escaping into a hole with a pair of pants.
I think Floof is guilty,
Please
guys.
tell me
I
the
think
scene that you had
they've
witnessed
stolen
at the
pants.
moment of the crime
way too
when
many
you recover
pants.
from your concussion.
Yes, hello. I'm a male woman. I was doing my rounds when I saw this horrid creature steal
blame you.
pants. Is there another question you have for me?
Please describe the scene that you witnessed.
Well, I was by the gardens doing my usual rounds when I heard a huge squeak.
All right, we have to draw
I
the
approached the squeaking
the
sound,
male
and I saw the
woman.
floof running around with pants in its mouth.
So this is the mailbox. Where is Red?
That's
And
it.
at what time did this crime occur?
Let's see. It was around 11 in the morning.
Very good. I have no more questions.
No more questions? All right. Defense, I will let you now ask questions of the witness.
All right, so male woman,
Yes.
you said as you described a horrid creature stealing pants.
Yes.
You would look at such a creature and describe it as horrifying?
Objection, Your Honor. The appearance of the defense does not have any bearing on the case.
Overruled. They did say horde, and while not my cup of
Not
tea, that
guilty.
is definitely categorized as a cute creature, not a horde.
Uh-oh, breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
Breaking news,
Claims
Floof Claims
support.
Court has a stand-in as the true Floof sets free.
What?
Identity theft.
Defense, would you like to bring anything up about that with our potential not criminal?
Well, the most important thing is that while we are judging the floof by my side, there are multiple floofs, each with their own mischievous identity. While one could go out be doing a crime, another could be stealing the pants. That's the important thing we have to discuss, is that if there is another floof out there causing mayhem out in the present world, then certainly it can't be the one by my side who was just doing what it wanted to protect and help someone who was in need.
But if the standee that is here right now is not the one that we were supposed to be accusing,
Oh, no.
would that not kind of debunk everything that you are saying?
Well, the important thing is that we could have just gotten the wrong floof in here. They all look the same, if I'm honest.
That seems very risky of you to say. I'm going to pass it to the prosecutor. Do you have any statements on what has
I
happened?
did get to finish my questions with the witness.
I think
I
you
will
lost your
confirm that
privileges.
there are many floofs, and they all look very identical.
Yes, yes, yes. Good.
The jury has taken a
Defense,
stance
you
on
may
this.
continue.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
the jury
so
has a thing. Hang on.
The
UPS
jury
man.
appears to have drawn my witness
Hmm.
on her daily routes, witnessing the crime as it was committed.
More damning evidence from the jury. Jury's really good at this.
jury is very good at
My witness is
placing
asleep.
my innocent
Witness?
floof at the point of the
Innocence
stand.
has not been proven yet. We will see how
Because
this goes.
the important thing is that you said this happened at 11 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
Prosecutor. Oh, I mean, witness, not
That wasn't
prosecutor.
my statement,
Hello?
that was theirs. You fool!
I'll do contempt.
Well, the important thing is that at around 11 o'clock, the floof had stubbed its nub. It couldn't leave the house because its nub was in too much pain to noom anywhere. So how, dear
The
witness,
funniest thing
could
about
you
being
notice
the jury
my
is like you
client
usually
here
don't look back
stealing
here
pants and going
with
through
the
a
rest of
hole
us.
when they could not leave the house in the first place?
So we're just literally like doing whatever we wanted.
Actually, I have a question. If they couldn't leave the house in the first place, are they at the house of the person who was not feeling good already, or
They were in the house of the person who was
Look at
feeling
them
horrible. They
squirm.
were laying
And
next
we're
to
just like,
them.
yep,
They
they're
got
probably
up and they stubbed their nub on the way out.
guilty or not
As
guilty.
such, being unable to move, the man picked up the floof and laid back down with it.
Objection! Objection!
yes?
Who's to say the man was not an accomplice in the crime?
Who's to say the man didn't want the pants to cheer him up?
Exactly.
Yes, I see where the
Isn't the
prosecutor's
best way
getting.
isn't the best way to help an upset floof something that a floof would like, which I will admit
Which would be
floofs are
committing
known to like
crime.
pants. But if the floof could not move and the floof could not leave in the first place, and if the floof is crying from pain, wouldn't the man be willing to give a pair of pants to make the floof a bit happier? As floofs are companion.
Oh,
Breaking news.
breaking news. Sorry. Corporate seen taking selfie at court case.
What do you mean?
Put
Yes.
the camera away. You don't need that.
Wait, this image clearly shows two floofs. There was a second
Wait.
floof in the audience.
There is multiple floofs in this audience, it seems. Wait, if the culprit was caught taking the selfie, but the floof in the back was clearly at the bench, the culprit is in this room and not the one on trial.
Then my client is innocent.
Can the
Well,
jury
you
ask
have the
questions?
wrong floof.
Yeah, I will allow
Objection.
questions. It is not looking good right now.
Do floofs
Continue,
wear
President.
pants?
No, they just steal them.
I see. Got
They
it.
steal them because it makes them happy, but this one stubbed its nub and it couldn't move anywhere, so the human gave it a pair of pants so it would be happy while they laid in bed and cried with one another.
Jesus. I provide the evidence of this incognito costume.
Oh,
This costume was found at the house of the accused. My question to you, Your Honor, is why would a floof need an incognito costume unless they were about to do something in which they needed to be incognito? I propose to you that the floof was in fact comforting this person, this magical person that, need I remind you, has yet been given a name, and is purely a fiction brought up to you by the defense.
that is a wonderful point. Defense, do you have a witness to call to the stands that can help you out?
I actually do.
All right. Are we done with the current witness for the moment? Yeah, any more other questions for this witness before we let them go back?
No, Your Honor. No further questions for this witness.
Alrighty. Witness, you may return to your seat. Defendant, would you like to call your witness up?
I would like to call my witness. How do I call them?
That has to be your turn.
How do I call them as
Oh,
wild?
there they are.
And you may go ahead and talk to your witness.
How you doing, boss? Nice to see you on the tape. Well, it's not good to see you on the stand right now, considering where we are. But you see, my boss here, he runs.
One second. The juror has incognito pants thief bringing to the house. Yes.
You see, the boss here
More evidence.
is.
I would like to say the jury has a very good grasp on the situation.
Indeed, they're taking wonderful notes. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yes. See, Booth here is a rising content creator,
Oh.
and the boss is his manager. And the incognito outfit was actually used for a rising TikTok with over 100,000 views.
It's
Where the
always
floof was
TikTok,
doing
man.
little
It's always
dances
TikTok. They're always
while trying to make the man feel better.
ruining people's pants and lives.
Okay.
It was not used for pants stealing. It was in fact used as a nice costume and a tude to those dark noir movies that the man so enjoyed.
Those are good. Those are good. I will agree. I understand.
Thank you, Your Honor. I knew you were a man of good taste.
Also, easily distracted. Don't mind me.
Yes. So,
Continue.
the Floof's manager.
Yes.
Allow me to ask you, the costume that you found, it consisted of what aspect, if I may ask? What was the outfit? To see if I can reflect your memory of it.
The
so close.
outfit was of a kitten.
Was
The costume was a kitten costume.
Oh, it was a
nailed it.
cat costume.
Hey.
Ah, cat costume,
Ah.
like cat thief.
Okay.
A cat burglar, even.
Cat burglar, yes. That does not
I
seem to
would
be
not.
good.
Your Honor, whenever you're sad and you come home after a long day of work, and let's say you have pets, and you come home after a long day, and your cat comes and brushes its body, it's purring alongside you, and it's happy to you, does that not incite a feeling of happiness? Of, oh my goodness, this is finally over, we can move on?
Your Honor, I believe the witness is purring.
I think our
No.
witness likes cats a bit too much.
I think our witness may or may not be a cat.
Now,
Disguised as the boss.
Oh. Wait, what? TikTok dance. Okay.
Yeah! We're doing the
Yes,
TikTok
they,
dance with the man's
they found the
pants.
TikTok and have provided it into
They
evidence.
have- the jury has found the TikTok and have provided it.
That
Thank
does
you,
help the
jury.
defendant's case a little bit, prosecutor. Do you have a? Oh, sorry, defendant. Are you? Do you have anything else to ask of the witness right now?
Well, you said that
Oh,
my
God,
client was
this
wearing a
is so
cat
funny.
costume for the TikTok.
yes.
Hmm. And it was made originally in order to boost his
Okay.
spirit, correct?
That is correct.
Then my client was acting in a way, even though it could not leave the house, to do its best in order to improve the mood of the man who was feeling unwell. So, it is important to say that my client could not have been the one to steal the pants, and the pants that they did use in the TikTok, if you check the cameras of the man's house, are still firmly in the house.
Firmly grasping.
It was not stolen. The pants are still there, and the TikTok was made, and the man's mood greatly improved. Thank you, defendant. Thank you, my witness.
Prosecutor, if you would like to question the witness.
Witness, first question. Are you okay?
What are pants?
What were we talking about? I forgot. Sorry. What are pants?
That is
What
true.
are
I happen
pants?
to notice none of us are wearing pants. Did the
Oh
floof
my
steal
God,
our
he's
pants
right.
too?
We're socks, Your Honor. Do we even
We
have
have
legs.
legs?
We're
Point, I
socks.
keep
Goes
forgetting.
crazy.
You are right.
Witness.
Yes.
Looking at the defense, can you confirm 100% that this is the floof that you represent?
Yep.
The witness seems
And,
to be narcoleptic.
If that is the case, I present this evidence of a coffee shortage. As we can see, our client is very sleepy, as it were. With this coffee shortage going on, how are we to say that our client
Chat's like,
is
"What's
awake
going
enough
on?"
to accurately give us information? I
Imagine
would propose that
joining
we throw out
one
all
of our
all
streams
of
and
the
just like, what's
defenses,
happening?
all of the witnesses' statements, as he is clearly too tired to be giving us accurate information.
God.
Objection!
He does seem to need a nap. What is your objection?
No.
Please. You see, my client, or my witness,
No.
is not tired, but is in fact tormented by a capless pen and that he had accidentally left in the washer and as such has stained him.
Objection! That has nothing to do with how much he's sleeping.
He makes an
Well,
excellent
technically,
point. Being
if you have
stained
to
would not
stay,
make you tired.
if you have to stay up a long night to fix ink stains in someone's jacket, doesn't that mean that instead of it being a coffee shortage, but it could just be they're tired from having to work too hard to fix ink stains out of a jacket?
Objection! Regardless, the client, the witness is still sleepy and thus unable to provide accurate information.
That is
Hold
true.
it!
His thing still holds. Oh,
Because if he's
Okay.
able to still accurately identify his client, even if it is a floof that's really difficult, then how is he able, then if he was too tired, would he not be able to also not identify his client, but instead he answered with 100% accuracy that it is?
Objection! How do we know he's 100% accurate?
that is fair.
Well,
How do we
like-
know he wasn't just saying yes because he heard the question and it was in between wake up and sleeping again? He was falling asleep and waking up constantly.
Well, the important
Seems
thing
to
is
be
that
having the
wouldn't-
sweats right now.
isn't it important for a boss to recognize their client? Even if they are tired, they would have worked with them on multiple occasions through fatigue or through being fully awake.
Objection!
Yes, but
You said this floof was an up-and-coming VTuber influencer.
contact
If
grade.
they're up and coming, then surely their employment with this boss is new, meaning that they had just barely met each other and are only now recently working together.
And did you not say
Well-
that all the floofs
well, hold
look
it.
quite alike?
All floofs do quite look a lot alike, but if you are a manager, aren't you working with one particular floof for extended periods of time to where you can remember certain aspects of one floof to memorize them? And also, up and coming, but 100,000 views on a TikTok, is that not a substantial amount of viewers compared to smaller creators?
The
Who can
witness
get
is falling asleep again.
none?
Bold and
Viral videos are a dime a dozen.
Reyes.
And yet, if
I wonder if they'll get the
if my
reference.
client here has about 70,000 followers on TikTok, is that such a problem for you, prosecutor, that your own social media is not matching the equivalent of the floof in front of you?
Objection, Your Honor. My opinion has no bearing on this case.
That is true. Personal opinions do not have a place in this court.
Uh-oh.
You are correct, but that does not stand that the floof was not active in keeping others safe.
And I would like to remind everyone that the floof is not accused of simply stealing one pair of pants, but multiple pairs. So even if the defense says he was not at the crime that the male woman witnessed, I still have this midnight shriek
Oh,
of another victim having their pants stolen in the middle of the night, as they woke up seeing a floof reaching into their drawers and running off with a pair of their favorite jeans.
oh.
Regardless on whether or not the floof stole a pair of pants and escaped into a garden, the floof was seen stealing a pair of pants elsewhere. You say the floof was busy keeping this man company and cheering him up, but that was only at one time.
At the incident at 11 a.m.
Strike 3.
Shrek 3?
Strike 3 did have a pants thieving floof. You're right. It was in the director's cut.
Yes, I very clearly remember that.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite character.
Pandering.
Now,
Breaking
What say you,
news, somebody in the
defense?
chat just lost pants.
Oh no! The thief is at large right now. This is not. Then again, it could
mean-
just be another floof stealing pants. So,
I
Court
think
is
the
still
important
in
thing is
session.
that you guys are mixing up my client with other flukes, and as such,
Nuh-uh.
are looking to get this one in particular arrested.
I hope you're content of nah.
nuh-uh.
I appreciate you being here, witness.
Do you have
Yes,
anything
I-
else to ask of the witness defense?
No further questions, Your Honor. We've gotten everything covered.
And prosecutor, anything else to
Uh,
ask the witness?
Let me check my notes here.
Chat, I'm gonna need you to let me know how we feel, because we have
no
the
further
guilty
questions, Your Honor.
and not
Alright,
guilty
witness,
buttons,
you may
right?
return to your
So
seat.
you please tell
I
me
do,
in
however,
chat
have one more piece
how
of
we should
evidence.
Oh, go ahead and present.
I think there's one more.
A gathering of police officers was seen not long before this floof was apprehended, as they had surrounded this very particular floof, catching them in the midst of another pants thieving, as they wore the pants on their floofiness and were making their escape before they were apprehended before we gathered for our court. The floof was caught in the act.
And if the floof is not guilty, why would the floof run? Defense, what say you?
I think the important thing is that you still have the wrong floof in hand. For this one was stuck in an elevator, unable to go anywhere last night because the hotel that the man was staying in, and its elevator had broken down throughout the night.
Oh,
the floof
it-
could not leave the house to be captured.
The juror seems to be claiming that our journalist is actually a floof.
How am I
Is our,
a
jur-
floof?
Wait,
is our journalist the culprit all along, Judge? Your Honor?
I've been
Wait.
here the whole entire time.
if
The
If we
breaking
look at the
news
breaking
did
news-
have the breaking news did have the two selfies, and it is in the perfect position for Katsu's position.
And I think chat thinks so as well, so.
Katsu.
Okay, hear me out though.
Your
The
Honor,
floof was seen committing arson and stealing pants and being stuck in a hole.
Arson!
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
arson
whoa,
now?
whoa. That's
Your
new.
no,
Your
that
Honor.
was
See
the second
before, they
breaking
were setting
news.
fires.
I think
There's
I
another
think
one.
I think it's clear to see that my client is not guilty, and the
I don't know.
journalists themselves
I-
are guilty.
I just heard arson though. If he committed
Yeah,
arson, I
So,
mean,
so judge, hold tab, and then go to breaking news.
yes, let's hold tab. Yes, breaking news.
The
Mhm,
second
yes.
one.
Oh yes, Floof Claims Court has a stand-in as the true Floof sets fire. Ah yes.
But if that's the true floof right there in the journalist seat,
Do I look like that floof? I am not a floof.
Mm.
But remember,
but
Your
there
Honor,
was
you
a
could be in
disguise
disguise
in
with a
evidence
sock
as
over your
well.
floofiness.
Yes, disguise kit was in evidence.
If you look at the picture, there is way too much like floof to be able to be contained in the sock.
Also, the important thing to mention is that the floofs have an angle in their mouth and upwards. Your floof that you have drawn, journalist, is a flat smile. The flat smile of a sock.
Uh-oh.
Your Honor, I move to have the floof on trial pardoned as not guilty, and we put
You know-
Katsu onto trial for the crimes.
After all the very, very damning evidence and the juror and everything pretty much happening here, and the stuff that we have just now found out about our own journalists, I do move that this floof on trial, while maybe, you know, have
They're
committed other
only guilty
crimes.
of one thing, Your Honor, being adorable.
Yes, you are right. For this specific crime, they are not guilty, but Katsu is guilty. I just cannot hit both. But not guilty.
Yes!
Yeah.
Worth it!
Katsu, on the other hand,
What a wild turn of
Became the
events.
first floof in history to be knocked out by a pastry. Oh my goodness, I saved the floof!
What
Ooh,
a
that was good, that was
wild-
fun.
Yeah.
What a wild twist of events.
it was
That
Katsu.
was
all along.
hilarious.
I knew it. I've always suspected.
It just took a
It was like a
straight
real
shot.
ace
Oh
attorney
my
trial.
goodness.
I love
Oh,
this game. This game
Oh,
is
that was
fun.
so-
That actually
was
felt
I
like
don't
an
know
ace
what I wanna
attorney
be.
trial.
Oh, this
bro,
game
we
is
hit him with the
ridiculous.
objection, hold it.
The
Just all
plot
that,
twist that
all
the
that,
journalist
all that
was
stuff's
the
coming
criminal all
up. I wasn't sure
along.
what to do
Alright.
anymore.
No, I don't want the journalist spot. I can't write. I
You seem
can't
to
draw.
have lost. Listen.
We lost Gunner and Alessica.
Oh, we did lose 2 people. Where's everybody?
See.
Oh,
I'll
that
send
was
an
so
invite
good.
and then they
My
can join
bad.
back if they want to.
Oh, my cheeks hurt from laughing. Oh my goodness.
That was incredible.
It was just bouncing around everywhere.
Yeah, that was
All right,
great.
Pone,
It
I
really
have
was
to
like a
ask what
Phoenix Wright
fandoms are you
trial.
in, so that way
The what?
I have to ask what fandoms you're in because I'm the prosecutor.
That list is confusing for me.
You know, I'm gonna simply ask, like, do you know about Naruto?
I
You're not able to
know
invite
of
them, it won't let me
Naruto.
invite.
I haven't watched a lot of Naruto.
All right, I won't do that to you then.
I think we may
I
have
stopped
Are we
toward
able-
the end after
lost
I
a
think
few.
the
with the new game.
3rd or 4th movie.
Or able to
Not
get
su- I'm not sure where they
Alaska
went.
and,
It's not letting me invite them. Somebody else is gonna have to send it.
I am
Let me
either.
try.
But yeah,
Oh my goodness.
good job, chat. We got him. We got him.
Jessica, I can get invite to watch, but I can't invite
Yeah,
to
I
game.
can't.
Yeah.
I think we
It's
have to make
registering
a
that I'm playing VTube Studio instead of Guilty as Sock.
let's make a new room maybe.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, new room.
Okay. Let's see. I think we have to be invited once again. But yeah, how is it? How is it, chat? Are you all having fun? Because I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Custom evidence. So, like in this game, right? Like you can upload photos of who you want to accuse of stuff. So you could like accuse literally anyone. Ooh, okay. What is that? Okay, find a court. And I think we can just Control V in here.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome
Yes.
back. While we get everyone, I'm gonna be right back real quick.
We're back.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's because Steam is recognizing VTube Studio as like the primary.
That last court session was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Katsu,
fun.
how could you?
What did you say?
I said, Katsu, how could you?
Look, I'm not a floof.
I will be weaponizing the chicken thing, so
Jam
watch
Jam
out.
just like threw me
Chick-
under the bus.
Oh God, no. You know what? I think I'll be the witness.
I don't know what I want to be.
The juror
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is fun. You can draw stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I think I will be a juror this time.
I'll be a witness.
Yeah.
I can't do voices, but
My problem is I can kind of do voices, but I'm not too good at the improv thing. So being prosecutor,
Yeah.
defense, or witness would be very hard
I
for me.
prefer calling and speaking the truth. It was light.
Speaking the truth.
Great. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick while we wait. I'll be RB.
All right.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let's see, we got 6 of us.
Denial is often the first step, and then anger. This is very true.
Okay.
All right, we're here.
All
I
right.
just realized I didn't
Well,
have
first step, then comes
no
the
shared
anger.
chat.
Denial's the
on.
first.
If I could bonk you, I would. We need a defense.
Oh, on student
I'm ready.
defense.
Oh, we need
Who
we
wants-
need defense.
Yeah, I'll do defense.
All right. Give me a bit of time to figure out what I'm going to, or who or what I'm gonna put on trial.
If we do another one of these, we should definitely collaborate on some evidence cards and stuff.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Should I do something grounded in history, or should I do something? I think this is why I was asking, like, what things do we like share in common that we can debate on?
I would be prosecutor just saying me 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 me.
Any anime topics or general video game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with TV shows.
Yeah. All right. So games or
Oh, I learned recently that my level of everything seems to be quite lacking compared to what I thought it was.
Hmm.
And I am so far behind on anime right now.
What about
I am
Started
Applebee's?
watching
fine on my
Durarara,
What?
if that's any indicator of how far behind I am on anime.
Wait, did you say Durarara?
Yeah,
I'm so far
Let's
behind.
go!
I have only seen the first episode so far.
I don't even know what that
Shizuo and
is.
Izaya are my faves.
I think we're just waiting on someone to
Ooh.
come up with a prompt, I think. Because the prosecutor does have to
I found
create the
exactly
prompt.
what I can do.
Oh, yeah?
I hope this works.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I am now concerned.
Ready. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, this one.
Feels like a
Let it be
dog
known the
should be up.
prosecutor does not seem to know what he wants to do.
Let it be known the prosecutor doesn't know why they're actually prosecuting the defense.
Be fair. Court has
Bonk. bonk.
Soulless. What's happening? Oh, you're happening.
Oh, I
I think
can't
those
check in
are-
the judge. Sad.
Bonk.
But the prosecution is ready.
Oh God.
Do we really need a trial for this one?
Right. I'd like to push guilty, Your Honor.
Now you're gonna try to defend, just like, nah, F this.
How
Your Honor,
dare
your
you.
hair should be going through your neck.
Oh boy.
Your Honor, we, the people of Star Wars fans, wish to accuse Kylo Ren for lack of training and poor command of the First Legion.
Our judge is silent.
Yep.
All right, so I'm presenting my. All right, cool.
Yep.
I just go. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's just go in. First off, let's talk about the prison breakout. How the First Legion had literally all of the main characters, essentially in prison, and because of his poor command and lack of training, all of them, almost all of them, escape and essentially get returned back to, again, let Rey, who is, let's be honest, plot armor incarnate, essentially get free and as such challenge him again. If he had the proper training and actually listened to his mentors, then we wouldn't have had that problem when they were in prison.
Mm-hmm. The feds?
Your Honor, it is not my client's fault of how bad everything went. I would honestly put the blame on Disney for constantly changing the writers around and for making Skywalker a basic bitch who just did not care enough to try.
Damn, actually, can I side with that? Can we take Kylo off the stand and put Disney on the stand instead?
I don't think I can do that.
Damn.
That is all, Your Honor. I have nothing else to say on this matter.
Damn, that's a really good argument.
Breaking news.
It's
It's
Kylo's
Kylo's
fault.
fault. Oh, so it's not Disney's fault. Disney did all they could for Kylo, and Kylo still fucked it up.
Kylo.
Kylo, if only you listened to your mentors, then you wouldn't be in such a weak predicament like this.
To be fair, to be fair, his grandfather is Darth Vader, who was canonically baited by Emperor Palpatine to join the dark side for completely stupid reasons. So it runs in his family. Stupidity does. So you can't really blame him.
6.
I mean,
Let's go.
Would the prosecutor like to present some evidence? Or
I've
why
been
is there a
arrested.
witness?
Oh, you changed to the
I-
witness one by accident.
Yep.
Oh, 30. Oh,
So the
smash.
eyeball's the witness. The
Really, smash.
you almost just voted guilty immediately.
to be fair, I would be fine with him just sitting
You
guilty
know what,
and
so
putting
would I.
Kylo away.
Gone back.
All right.
Oh,
All right,
no.
thank you.
Okay.
Rest
See you,
in peace,
Kylo. Get out of here.
I'm so fired.
Guilty.
I'm so fired.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I get back in there?
Oh,
That's
that's
the
the
funny
time.
part
Love
was
how you're
that,
like, you
like,
know,
I knew
try to
nothing about
side with
Star
him.
Wars.
Am I
I'm
back?
sorry. I'm sorry, Bone. I gave you an impossible task.
I just love that I kind of turned it around immediately, and then the journalist made it not that. Like, nope, never
It's
mind.
just like,
Taking it
damn,
back.
all right.
It's not
Oh,
Kylo Ren's
jeez.
fault. This just in. It's totally Kylo Ren's fault.
All right, it's Kylo Ren's fault.
Meeps, do you
His
want to
journalism
at its
finest.
defense or something?
It was a losing fight to start with. I tried. My
I'm okay with
best.
anything. Juror is fun.
Fine.
I don't mind.
This is gonna be so confusing.
Keeps back there being chill, drawing
I'm gonna
floofs.
say Meeps, if you want, we can switch. I'm okay
Oh,
being
yeah,
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't want to give anybody that hasn't like had a chance to have like a speaking role.
Oh, I was the
Meeps, you
first
can do it.
prosecutor, so it's fine.
Hey,
Uh,
you guys do
Okay,
things.
I'll be judge still.
Does someone want to be witness? Because I've already been witness.
I'm fine with being witness.
The only things I haven't been are jurors, judge, and the bailiff.
I've been avoiding prosecutor and defense like the plague, and then well, we see
Unless
how well
maybe you wanna
defense went.
try one of the top three.
To be fair,
Or do
that
you
was
wanna
Dungeon's
say
fault.
Yeah, to be fair, Pone, I gave you an impossible task.
My first day on the job was an immediate loss.
First day on the job. Defend Kylo Ren. Nah, fuck that. Take him in.
I just
he gave
passed
you
the
something
bar.
that
My
only
first
Phoenix
job
Wright could
defend
do.
Kylo Ren, I quit.
I'm so thankful we just voted guilty on that one because I was like, I know nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If
It
you give
fit,
me
though.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Definitely
Digimon,
fit.
or like anime,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yo,
sure.
I would love to do a Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Ooh, that'd be
Said
fun.
okay before having too much money.
All right. I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh!
on it.
and Pokemon, I'm
Screw
pretty.
the
I'm
rules, I
good
have
with.
money.
Yeah.
Screw the money, I have rules.
All right,
it.
chat.
I'll
We're
come
gonna
up with a
have
case
to
that's
Screw the
defend.
rules. I have green hair.
We're gonna have to defend this guy, okay?
got
Vote
hammer.
Do you want
not
this
guilty
bad
for me.
button,
Let
the
me
button,
win. Do
and the
not
Twitch chat.
mind whatever they're doing. Defend this guy, cause
I can
Yeah.
charge up the hammer.
You can charge the hammer. Oh, jeez. That's a super bonk.
I didn't realize you could charge it up.
ow.
I have
effective.
the power.
Wait, if I get stunned, I can't even like look around. That's crazy funny.
You there, be punished.
I taste purple.
I taste purple.
Great. Describe. Paint me a word picture.
Be silent. Bunk. Oh, you can just hit the
There you
table
go.
too.
How do I?
Excellent question.
Oop.
I cannot bunk dungeon. I am sad.
Shift. Shift.
Katsu is floof, yes.
We've established this. Yes.
Yes.
I'm not floof.
Just want to remind the court.
Mind the court that Katsu is a unreliable witness.
I'm not
Do
an
it.
unreliable witness.
It's so over.
Oh, man. Looking forward to how chaotic this is about to become.
This is gonna be so
Oh my
chaotic.
goodness. Super pound the table.
This just in, Yugi is accused of never winning a duel on his own.
True.
My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain Karibo.
Beaver warrior.
wait.
All right, chat.
I want to
We're-
see how you do this.
Oh.
Hello,
Actions against the Ishtar family.
my name is Dungeon Ishtar, and we are standing in trial of Merrick
Ishtar
Ishtar,
for
for his
short.
actions against the Ishtar family. We have records of him having, and I will read out a few of them. Slicing into his father's back. Words
Boo.
of Millennium writing. As well as torturing many others in cruel shadow game.
Ka-chow.
I, as the prosecutor, am here to prove that his actions were done
Ka-chow.
without a shadow of a doubt in terms of cruelty and destruction, I say. That's all for my opening statement, Your Honor.
Defense, your claim?
Yes, yes. Well, let me start with this. Friends, family, Romans, I welcome you today in this fine court. And my client would like to plead insanity. Thank you.
Defense is a Roman defending an Egyptian.
Oh yes, the Romans coming to bail out the Egyptians once more.
Your Honor, if he pleads insanity, doesn't that all automatically
Be silent.
makes him guilty?
No, because there's a
Prosecution, you're
spirit
first.
inside of his rod, Millennium
Be
Rod.
silent. Not your turn.
Judge, if
Wait.
I may.
So
Time to duel Exodia.
wait, what did it say? Oh. Well, your friends, gentlemen of the court, it appears as though I'm being obliterated.
In that case, not guilty.
That was easy.
Quick trial.
Good job, Merrick.
Damn, just
Good job.
Awesome with Exodia. All right, so Exodia, yes or no?
How'd you do that?
And the little scales up here. There's a little purple scale right here that you can
Chat,
click
vote
on it and
yes.
let you do a
Vote
vote.
yes.
Exclamation point, yes, no. Guys, do not vote for my
Yes, vote yes. Look at my client. He's so innocent.
Your
Look
opening
at him.
statement, prosecution.
death.
Don't worry
so-
about what the jurors are doing.
With my evidence, I wish to share this security camera that captured all of the acts of Merrick Ishtar on his father, where he took that rod made of gold and carved into his back the symbols of the gravekeepers, bleeding him out and killing him. He also killed one of my greatest friends, Joey Wheeler, by poisoning him to death with damage that affected him. Only cruel monsters would use such shadow games to get their work done.
The jury has voted Exodia. You've been obliterated.
Case closed.
You may resume.
Oh, you pulled my soul back from obliteration. Thank you. So yes, judging by the information we saw on the security camera, we were able to notice Merrick Ishtar completely annihilating and destroying innocent people just to advance his goal. His victory over my Valentine and his unearned victory against Joey Wheeler by killing him with poisonous gas, just so that way he
Brooklyn
could
Ray.
squeak out another win. His actions against the Ishtar family are justified and are only made more obvious by what he has done.
Wait, they're justified?
Yep, I think so too.
Well,
Yep.
not guilty.
Oh.
You heard it here, folks.
Agreed.
All right, defense, your rebuttal.
Well, there's a lot of talk about a golden rod used to carve things, but after reviewing the camera footage, it's actually a golden key.
Wait, isn't that the Millennium Key that belonged to Shada?
Yeah, so I think, we're blaming a different person here. It wasn't my client. He's very innocent. We have been framed.
So, but hold it!
Prosecution, what have you?
You see, he was wearing an incognito costume to try to blend in and avoid the camera, so that way, when the actions weren't done, people would say that it was in fact Shada who killed his own father, but instead, it was just a fake Merrick was the one who was wearing Shadaw's clothes and killed his father.
Merrick is justified.
No, they weren't justified.
I think, yeah, let's
Don't
just
mind
go
me,
with
I was just
justified.
making notes. Continue.
So yes, the defendant's client. Oh,
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Karibo's on the
Karibo
news.
is on the news. Well, I'm sorry we can't take to everyone.
Wait a minute.
Yes, thank you, juror. The rod was hidden in a false
Jury,
key
that-
sleeve.
Jury, that rod looks oddly phallic shaped.
Okay, let's hear.
All right, can I share my card?
Oh,
Can I respond to the allegations? All
That's
right.
absolutely defense.
Well, even though that the camera footage seems to say otherwise, how can we validate the picture, the quality of it, if the only lighting was from a unique chandelier that doesn't even light up?
Antique. Defense, that says antique. Prosecution, what say you about this lighting situation?
Well, the lighting situation can relatively be handled to the fact that Merrick needed it to be done near the chandelier, so that way he could see him as he carved the Gravekeeper soul symbol into his
Merrick
father's
owns
back.
a Pokemon.
I object. Pokemon usage.
Proceed.
Did we establish that Pokemon existed in ancient Egypt?
Very good point.
Wait, how did Pokemon get involved in this?
You said chandelier.
It was chandelier, Your Honor.
You
Yes,
said
but you said chandelier. You said the Pokemon name. I'm just doing my job up here. I don't know.
And I am saying that
fine.
the chandelier was the light
money.
that Merrick Ishtar used to see his father's back as he carved the Gravekeeper symbols into it.
Defense.
Well, if we remember correctly from the beginning, it was the father who gave my client here, Merrick, the Millennium Rod, which then unleashed this evil spirit within him. So it's as if the father planned this all along for an insurance fraud.
A very interesting point. Prosecutor, what do you have to say about this counter argument?
Did life insurance exist in ancient Egypt?
Surely, I wasn't there.
An excellent point. Defense, what do you have to say about this?
If card games existed in ancient Egypt, why would life insurance not?
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, they were playing for their souls or something, right?
Life insurance
Right.
in ancient Egypt?
To be
Question mark?
fair, in Shadow games, if you lost, you just kind of went to the Shadow Realm. No one really knew what happened to you.
But
Your
you
soul
know,
did, your
you have to
body
think
can
about the
still
people you
already-
leave
Technically
behind
just
if you
hell.
lose, right? You got to think of the
Well-
people. That's where the insurance comes in.
What? Order in the court. Why is Pegasus 24 years old?
That's a really good question, Your
Wait,
Honor.
what?
Really?
Apparently Pegasus is 24 years old.
Your Honor, I'm
sorry.
perfectly fine sidetracking this case and debating this. Why is Pegasus 24 years old?
There's no way he's 24 years old.
How old is Pegasus?
I raise that offer to 6,000 for not guilty.
Apparently he's 24.
Pyramids made by Pokemon. Just-
Pyramids made by Pokemon!
it was Deoxys all along.
Damn, Deox is doing work.
My Valentine is 24 years old.
I feel like they don't really bother with age more than
They just
6,000.
arbitrarily assign age numbers.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait,
I
how
love
old
Vegas
is
in
Joey
his
Wheeler?
50s.
Seeing as
Joey
he was in
Wheeler's like a
school,
high
hopefully
schooler.
under 20.
Because, like, wait a minute.
Nay, nay, nay,
Wasn't
nay.
My Valentine and Joey Wheeler flirting like crazy?
Bro, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be fair. It was Japan.
And if he was in school,
I
Technically,
believe
it was
does
also
that
like
mean
the
My
90s, early
Valentine's a
2000s.
predator?
In the original anime
She is a
and
harpy.
manga, Joey is 16.
Joey is 16, My Valentine's 24.
Oh my
that
god.
checks out, honestly.
Your Honor, I would like to call my witness to the stand, please.
Your Honor, I think this is
Lady
done.
Valentine.
Yep. We are moving on to the witness. I have successfully stunned the witness. How do I summon them?
Why are we stunning my witness?
Switch your gavel to the eyeball.
Eyeball.
Yeah, when you hold the gavel, slide the mouse cursor until it shows like the eyeball,
Hashtag Diddy Valentine. I love
and
it.
then click red for prosecutor or blue for defendants.
Oh. I thought I just hit them.
Nope, there you go.
We're in America.
My witness has turned to a
Yes,
chicken.
we have a chicken on the stand.
So you're curious. Yes.
Witness, please state your name and
Joey
occupation
was
for
a
the
legal
record.
I am Dark Magician Girl,
That's why mine is called a
and
cougar.
I'm currently a male woman.
I see times are hard after Yu-Gi-Oh! Stopped airing.
Yeah, they are. They're really hard.
Ever since Rush Duel.
Defense, please continue with your questioning.
Yes, so where were you on the night of the allegations?
Probably in Yugi's deck.
Delivering mail.
At the time, I was a monster in a card game.
Ah, but it says here on your profile you're a male woman of sorts?
That is my occupation now, yes.
Ah, I see. So back when you were a dark magician girl in Yugi's deck, did you ever sense another spirit within Yugi?
Objection!
Come on.
The person in front of us is not Dark Magician Girl. That's actually Ojama Yellow.
Oh God.
Overruled.
Damn, alright, I tried. Sorry, Jam Jam.
Oh, Jama Yellow didn't exist yet, I think.
Oh, right, Ojama Yellow was in GX. Fuck!
Yeah.
Overruled because they don't exist yet. Notebook.
Yes, so why does this notebook say you were helping the spirit in my client here attack their family?
Sir, could you look at your client real quick?
He is just a happy little guy.
Yeah,
Good man.
and like, look at that. That is very, like, smut book coded. And as, like, a smut book girly, because, you know, Dark Magician Girl and everything. Yeah, why not? Also, he was being abused.
Ah, aha. So it is the family's fault, not my client's. Thank you, fellow
He's
Romans.
just a product of his upbringing.
Very interesting. Any further questions, defense?
No. Defense rest.
Prosecution, your cross-examination.
Yes. So, Dark Magician Girl. Allow me
Yes?
to ask. You said you are a monster in Yugi.
Dark
Is that correct?
At the time, yes. Now I'm a male woman.
Male woman.
I must ask, are you perhaps familiar with Yami Yugi?
I am.
So, would you say that base Yugi or Yami
It's Red Eyes Black
are
Dragon.
they the same person or are they different?
One's a pharaoh and one's a little boy.
So, considering how
What's the
it is
difference?
not Merrick Ishtar but Yami Merrick being accused of actions against the Ishtar family, would it not be important to leave as the defendant is saying Merrick Ishtar and Yami Merrick, the one that our defendant here is protecting, to be different.
I plead the fifth.
I also object.
Proceed.
I think we move the trial to blame the spirit within my client and not my client himself. Thank you.
That is the current trial, yes.
Objection.
Very good. I
Isn't the
approve.
one you are defending currently the spirits of Yami Merrick itself?
And order. I would like to remind the court that we are in fact trying Yami Merrick, who is the spirit currently inhabiting Merrick Ishtar's body.
Very good. I was testing everybody. Proceed.
So then you say that the spirit who carved gravekeeper symbols into Merrick Ishtar's father, the actions are still accurate against the Ishtar family, even if it is not
Oh, right in the
exactly
eye.
Merrick Ishtar, but in fact the spirits inhabiting Merrick's body, aka known as Yami Merrick.
This is your words, not mine.
But I am confirming my assumption.
On the technicality about the spirit and Merrick, yes, they are two separate beings.
Then I shall happily pronounce that the spirits of Yami Merrick himself, having done actions against Merrick Ishtar's father, as well as threatening and trying to kill Odeon Ishtar, and threatening Ishizu Ishtar, are all accurate as actions committed from the spirit of Yami Merrick done on the Ishtar family. I rest my case, Your Honor. Thank you so much, Dark Magician Girl. I have no further questions.
Very well.
You've entered
Walk
into
before
court.
they
Grid.
leave.
I keep forgetting that I have to push the button, not in person.
Yami Yuki, aka a 10, is the true villain. He possessed a 16-year-old boy, Yami Merrick. Oh my goodness, I'll never financially recover from this.
Yeah, let's move on to that instead of my little guy over here.
Now,
I mean, we can certainly move on to that after Yami Merrick is accused guilty
Order.
of.
Prosecution, do you have any witnesses to call forward?
I do, in fact. I have an amateur detective that I had infiltrate the Ishtar family in order to find out what the spirit was doing.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the record.
Repeatedly.
Witness,
Oh, I can't hear.
Oh, sorry. Press mute. My name is Mai Valentine, and I am an amateur detective.
Miss My Valentine,
Wait.
you had a negative experience with